like you've been told, I haven't just developed all the champagne this morning. I bubbled out like this because I was born with cerebral palsy. At my birth, there was no crying. There was no one congratulating my parents on a newborn child. Instead, I was rushed away to another room because the umbilical cord was wrapped around my body so tight that I lost oxygen and wasn't breathing. When the doctors came back, they told my parents that their child was never or live any kind of fulfilling life as we know it. So go home, love your child, but don't expect much. Don't expect much is what they were told. Now, I'm not a parent that I know of, but I would imagine that this would be pretty gutting to hear. It was probably the worst thing you want to hear. All the way up until I was 11 months old, the doctors seemed like they were right. I wasn't developing like a normal baby would. I couldn't go over. I couldn't play with toys because my hands were always clenched in fists. I cried constantly because I was always in pain. My lab said that over a 24-hour period, I would probably sleep 4 of those hours. And the rest of the time, I'd be screaming. So you can imagine what our household was like. But my mum was at rock bottom. And Dad wasn't far away either. Dad, us guys, our instinct is to fix things and make things right. But this is something Dad couldn't do anything about. So he carried on working because obviously money still needed to be coming in. When he went to work in the morning, I'd be screaming and Mum would be crying, begging him not to leave. And he would come home to the same thing, more screaming, more crying. He was always there to support Mum, however, when she needed. It did get easier. My parents came across a therapy program when I was around 18 months old. Now, they decided that they would do it because life just couldn't go on like this. And they didn't just give it a go. They threw everything they had at time, resources, money, and sacrifice. The therapy was intense. I worked 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, and we had 30 volunteers coming into the house every week, or to do the therapy with me. Now, Mum and Dad have no idea what the outcomes may be, but like I say, life couldn't go on the way it was, so they just had to give it a go. Over the years, I've done the therapy. I was able to do more and more things. So eventually, by the age of 6, I was able to walk, which is when I went to school. And by the age of 8, I was running around the playground, just like all the other kids. How I understand the therapy is that your brain has dormant brain cells. What the therapy aims to do was retrain those dormant brain cells to take over the functions of the old ones that died at my birth. So basically we just retrain the brain and we mimic normal childhood development. Now, as you can see, it's not quite perfect, but hey, I can now walk, talk, drive a car, and contribute to the community. Now, that all sounds pretty amazing, right? In the first 6 years of my life, my body was put through more than what most people's bodies are put through in their whole lives. Overcoming a hurdle like this, you'd think life would be pretty cruising after it. No, it turns out that all this does still make life a little bit difficult. Once I got to the age where I realized that I was different, my perceptions of how I saw myself changed. I found that I didn't fit in with all the other kids. I walked differently and I talked differently. Primary school was alright. You know, kids say something, they get over it, and they're still going to play. But college, you know, kids are they're more aware of and worried about how they look to everyone else. So, being associated with someone like me wasn't really the thing they were into. And this is where I was bullied all through college. Even some students that did attempt to become my friend, they also got bullied for that fact. So I do my best to hide and not be seen, but it's kind of hard when you wobble around like I do. One way I got through college was I started playing competitive sports for Paralympics New Zealand. I got to represent New Zealand in athletics and table tennis on multiple occasions. This was a way of escaping the troubles that I was having at school because I get to go overseas to competition all the time. See, being around other kids or other people with disabilities was a real eye-opener for me. We were all seen as ourselves and not disabled. We all had similar circumstances. There was no judgment. I realized that table tennis wasn't probably going to pay the bills, but just cost me a money. So I looked out and I thought, okay, probably go to university. How are we gonna do that? Well, just like everything else, we just gave it a go. And I was lucky enough to go to the University of Auckland. I studied a business management degree with a double major. And being at university was, again, amazing. The people there actually wanted to know me for me. They were genuine, and my circle of friends just got bigger and bigger. Now, through table tennis, however, I was introduced to a crowd that used to fundraise, or still do, fundraise for underprivileged children in New Zealand. They used to be known as the Variety Badge. And I was invited along on a couple of these road trips that they do, and they give away grants and resources to schools and communities. So I went through a mentor that I gained through table tennis. He had a fire engine that he used to participate in the event, which I thought pretty awesome because 15, I was 14 or 15. I went, hell yeah, going on a fire truck all day. That sounds pretty good. But I soon realised that it was more than that. They make a difference in the community for underprivileged children. And as the years went on, and I got more involved, I became an ambassador for this organisation, and I now have my own fire truck and my own team that we participate in this event. More recently, I really let my disability get in the way of things I want to do. In my short 25 years of life, I'd like to think I lived it to the fullest. I must have heard the doctor say to my parents, don't expect much, and went, watch this. I'm just a typical 25-year-old guy, much like Mum's disappointment sometimes. I drive a car. I own a 1973 V8 Holland Kingwood. Honestly, I went to university, and I now work for one of the biggest finance companies in Australia and New Zealand. This company values me and again sees me for who I am and not as disabled. I feel like I belong and my input is always respected. I would like to think that I am living proof that with a mindset, anything is possible, especially if you decide to work hard. Like I said before, my parents had no idea what the outcome of this therapy would be, but they wanted to give me the best life possible, so that's what they tried their hardest to do. Before I was walking, I actually had a car very similar to the ones you see up the front here. Me and my younger sister could actually fit in the car. And I don't think I love to drive it very often because she quite likes to drive it. And even though she's younger than me, she can still push me around. But it was a really good way for us to bond. These cars give children like me a sense of independence that and freedom that they probably never have experienced before. They are able to keep up with all the other kids, all their siblings, and bond with them just as I did with my sister. Also, they're pretty cool, right? Yeah. You put yourself in their position. The options are probably a wheelchair or a pram. I know what one. I know what I'd rather. Thank you for having me, and thank you again for supporting the Go Baby Go Trust. You'll see soon just how much of a difference these cars make when you see the smile that they put on these kids' faces. Thank you also for listening to me, and have a great day.